Now, speaking of how good of a paint job do you want, here's another thing that I have to take into consideration on this project. This job, this condo was painted probably over 10 years ago, but it's probably a 50-year-old condo, okay? And I've already seen that around this heater cover, there's paint. Where the last person, he didn't take this off and then paint it, or he didn't paint carefully around as he was cutting in. So would it behoove me to just leave that cover on and paint around it the best I can and leave it alone, not take it off? If this was brand new, or if this was the first time this condo's ever been painted and there's no paint on there and stuff, I think I'd go the extra mile, take that off, paint it properly, put the cover plate back on. You see what I mean? So there's certain things like that that I have to think about. You know, even this heater board, when they painted, they got some of the paint on there 10 years ago over the top edge of that and stuff. How much time and effort do I want to spend on that, trying to clean that off and recalking that and doing all that kind of stuff? If it's already on there. I mean, I told her, I told my friend I'd paint the condo. I didn't tell her that I'd start taking off all the existing paint overage that the last guy has dribbled all on top of the nice oak stained baseboards, or the floor heater, you know, or the top edge of your thermostat cover, or different things like that around your heater cover. Here's another heater cover over here that I can see the last person, they did a pretty good job, and I'm just going to leave it because it's all been, this one looks like it's been caulked in, and so I'm going to wipe around it with my simple green and stuff, but I'm just going to cut it in. So some of that kind of stuff, you just have to kind of pick and choose what stuff you're going to take off and what stuff you're going to leave. Okay, that's all kind of up to you. I was just getting ready to go to a late lunch, but here's one more thing I wanted to point out. Here's their floor mat, and their floor mat looks pretty much, it's kind of hard to see out here, huh? Anyways, their floor mat, I flipped that upside down because the last thing I want is to spill any paint or get some paint on my shoe or something and track it in or track it out and have their nice floor mat on the outside messed up. So what I do is I just flip the floor mat upside down. See, I just flip that floor mat upside down, and then as for the other floor mats, I'm going to take those up. Obviously, I'm not going to leave those down. I'm not going to flip them upside down. I'm just going to get them out of the way. They had another floor mat that was down the middle of this room, and I already took that and stuck that in the other room. So just be mindful of stuff, you know, because here's the thing. When I get all done, I want it to look like I was never here. Basically meaning I want it to all look freshly painted and stuff, but I don't want to have paint, you know, splattered on the fireplace, on the rock, on the cabinets, on the floor, on their nice little counter here. That's kind of slick too. See how they built that into the corner like that, and that table. That was a really good spot to do that, but I'll want to make sure that's all cleaned off nicely and all that kind of stuff. I'll probably be careful and put some masking tape down in there before I start doing the painting, and yeah, I'll have to cover this before I do the painting and stuff. But like I say, the last thing you want is to have somebody say, "Oh yeah, I'm never going to have him do any work anymore. Look at all the stuff that he left. Look at the paint overage here, there, and this didn't get wiped down, and that didn't get wiped down, and that's not clean, and there's remnants of stuff. I'm never going to have that guy paint for me again." You don't want anything like that. So just be mindful when you're in an area, when you're painting. Paint it as though it's for yourself. Paint it that you want to do the best job possible, and And then if that's not good enough for you at the very end, then do some little touch up here and there, whatever you think your eye sees before you call the job good. All right, time for lunch.